back. I am unsettled, I am scared, and I am nervous to see what is going on in this episode. Last episode, we found out that Dr. Kelly is actually poisoning Reese, and I'm nervous as fuck. But why is she poisoning him? Is she afraid of him? I don't know. Let's just get into it. So this is where we left off, where, Reese found out that his mother was poisoning him, and he's not going to take the medicine anymore. I went ahead and blocked my door so she can't get down here. Now we just have to wait her out. You locked your door? Of course I did. I put a chair in front of it. It's never failed me before. But only her coming down here to finish me off, or whatever it is she might do now that I know that her treatment plan has been all these years. Good, that gives us time to figure out a plan. That's what I thought. We shouldn't underestimate her. I have these weird memories. Always assumed they were dreams or hallucinations, but now? I think she used tranquilizers on me. Other times that I've gotten too unruly for her. I don't know how much of these memories I can trust, but I'm starting to think I should believe my instincts when it comes to the lengths she's willing to go to keep me under her control. We'll wait until she's asleep, then we can at least get out of the basement and we can figure out what to do from there. But why would your mom poison you? I don't know. But the internet says this is a castor bean. It's used to make ricin, a super deadly poison that causes some of my exact symptoms. And death, usually. The things I can't figure out is whether she's been trying to kill me slowly, or if she just likes keeping me sick enough to be dependent on her. Either way, I don't think I've ever had an illness. I think the illness was me growing up and becoming less easy to control. She sure found a cure for that. Ricin is really bad. How are you not dead? I don't know. Maybe it's low enough doses, or maybe I developed a tolerance. But I think the fact that I feel more and more alive by the minute is enough proof that she was keeping me sick. I don't even need solid evidence. With your evidence, we should be able to go to the cops. Maybe not local cops, but cops. I do have a castor bean from the pharmacy, but I still have to prove where I got it from, and that she used it to poison me. It's possible the cops might think I just snapped and it could turn out even worse for me. I don't think the doc would hesitate to have me committed if it meant she could keep her hold on me. No matter what, we should get out of this basement soon. Where should we go? The only person I know who has a car is Kanika, and she's not answering her phone. I don't know anyone else. I don't have any other family to go to. I never even finished high school. You never finished high school? When I get out of this house, I don't know if I can make sure I don't wind up right back down here. You can stay with me if you want, at least until you got on your feet. Just a rundown studio apartment. There's a roof over your head and a warm place to sleep when the heat works. And nobody trying to poison me. Sounds like a pretty big upgrade. His smile, his eyes distant as he imagines the possibility of such a life. Undoubtedly for the first time. Thanks, Ash. You have no idea how much this offer means to me. But I guess we still got to pass some time before we can get out of here. A distraction seems like a good idea, as you could probably tell. I'm getting a little jittery. Maybe it's the lack of poison in my system for the first time in years, or the fact that my whole perception of reality has been turned on its head. Probably a combo. This is so much right now. This is so much right now. Doesn't feel awful, to be honest. What if your mom doesn't fall asleep? You shouldn't call her my mom. As far as I'm concerned, she's forfeited that title. I don't even think I should call her doctor. She's just some woman now. Can't wait for her to be in the rearview mirror of the rest of my life. If she doesn't fall asleep by 10, we can figure something else out. These windows were supposedly shatterproof, which she always said was for burglars. Now I assume it's yet another way to keep me boxed in. But we can try to break them anyway. I believe you owe me a showing of Sure No Chur, Deathblood. I believe I do. Reese gets the movie set up and joins you on the bed. Let me know if it gets to be too much for you. I'm not a great judge of how other people will react to the sort of things I watch. Definitely don't want you to feel uncomfortable. Well, that was nice of him. This is the slow burn of a movie, but the dread it's managing to build is palpable in the room. Or maybe that's just how it feels down here all the time, what with the grisly paintings of lighting, cinder block walls, and of course the fact that the woman currently lurking upstairs had been poisoning her son since his teens. Question: why is his ears pointed like that? Is he a werewolf? I've seen a couple of this director's other films, and they're all interesting, though this is probably the best introduction to his work. The way it jumps cuts to seemingly unrelated TV show recordings that then wind up tying back to the narrative adds a level of realism and depth to the narrative that I find really engrossing. It's found footage used to its fullest. What the fuck? Okay. I can't believe I'll be able to just do things from here on out. REESE? Like watch movies with another person. Or talk to people, ever. You hear a difference in energy now that REESE hasn't had his daily dose of poison. He's uncharacteristically chatty, clearly not used to talking to another person, let alone when he has the energy to carry on a long conversation. I'm glad you'll be able to have a social life, and I'm happy to be a part of it. REESE smiles to himself. REESE, are you okay there, buddy? Is he a vampire? A man on screen yells portents of doom into the camera, trailing off into a wordless scream. The plot is really heating up. I love that there are all these distinct sorts of vignettes, little pockets of horror that affect a small number of people, and only once you start to see how they fit together can you realize some fundamental horror about the universe. And then that horror sees you back. Incredible. Cosmic horror in the truest sense. Don't tell me we're racing against Cthulhu. REESE is becoming very animated. It's probably safe to assume that he's dealing with a lot of extra adrenaline right now, what with his entire reality turning out to be a lie. But he's also talking over the movie. Talking during movie is fine, let him, he's just excited. Sorry if I'm talking a lot. I'm just jittery. It's a little terrifying to think she's up there right now. There's a knock on the window. Excuse... I'm afraid. Ash, don't get any closer to that thing. It's time to go home. Excuse me? That voice, I know that voice. Is that who's been following you around? Without a word, Rain starts pounding the supposedly shatterproof window. Enemies upstairs, enemies outside. We're surrounded. Even if I get out this house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe. What do you mean? Wade said isn't going to hurt you. He hasn't hurt anyone. What do you mean? Yes, he will. He's furious with me. Can't you hear it? But I'm not weak anymore. I can fight back. I don't have to cower in front of fear from the people who want to hurt me. I can protect both of us, Ash. He's a vampire? Window shatters. Is he a Talipo? Is REESE a Talipo? As REESE tears at his clothes, paint bubbles out from the canvases, his ghoulish figures peeling themselves out of their two-dimensional worlds, evading yours crawling up the walls. Grab my hand, I'll pull you out. Leave us alone. In a surge of violence, the change that has been brewing inside REESE finally comes. As it manifests, the broken basement window is sealed off and Wade along with it. We aren't safe, but I can protect you. I can protect the both of us. From the people who want to control us. I feel strong now, I think. You can save us. Stay here, I'll be right back. We just have to deal with the doc. Holy fuck! REESE storms upstairs, leaving you with the smears. Call Tabitha for help. Hey, where are you? What? Don't move, must come to get you. Okay, fuck. I'm gonna try and leave. What the fuck? You bound in the basement stairs and rush to the front door. You pull, but it's sealed by its constructs. I'm not sure who to help. You make your way to the door. It beckoned you to yesterday, an intrigue now washed away. You know where it leads, and you know what secrets the stone that lurked in the forgotten basin the clinic had to share with you. Now the clinic holds a new horror. Somewhere beyond the narrow hallway leading from the house proper into the doctor's office, there's a monster prepared to do something unthinkable. Oh my god. Grasp the handle and turn. Duck! Huh? I'm a duck. You do as she says, ducking out of the way. She shoots. The gun isn't very loud. There's only a pop as the projectile leaves the barrel, whizzing through the air to hit REESE. He pulls a tranquilizer dart out of his chest. Heaving heavy breaths of the drug courses through his systems. You're going to have to try harder than that, Now, how did you... As if you could hope to stop me, you pathetic waste of flesh. Wayne? Before Wayne takes another step down the stairs, paint flows out between the cracks in the wood. Reese is pulling in a mob of furious smears to hold his enemies in place. Artist darts away, but the smears continue their work in his absence. Dr. Kelly makes his escape down the hallway, and Wayne is overcome, glued in place at the top of the stairs by stiffening globs of paint. Oh God! I'm going after Dr. Kelly! Oh God! You run forward, braving the onslaught of smears, dodging them as best as you can, trying to see where Dr. Kelly went. The front of the door is smothered in paint. Hey, Dr. Kelly crackles an unseen speaker. You, Ash. I'm stuck in this safe room. I can't help you from here, but you can help the both of us. What the hell is your son, ma'am? I wish I knew. He was fine until he hit puberty. Everyone said that raising a teen was going to be a bitch, but they didn't know the half of it. I need you to get to the medical storage room. I'll give you further instructions when you're there. Head to the medical storage room. Fuck. I'm here. Great, now listen to me. I need you to use the black tape key to the cabinet and bring me the elephant tranquilizers. It's a bottle labeled carfentanil. Bear tranquilizers clearly aren't going to cut it anymore. Carfentanil? Whoa! Bitch! An intercom system. Huh, Doc. You should hear this. Ash, you don't have to do anything she says. I'm not going to hurt anybody else. Just her. If I don't, you and I both know she's just going to shoot me full of elephant tranquilizers. Did I hear that right? And shove me back in that basement? And maybe someplace even worse. You keep killing me every day for the rest of my miserable existence. What the fuck is REESE? Is he a talipo? I think he's a talipo. Or a chupacabra. And I think Sybil knew. Sybil knew what the fuck was going on and made sure Kanika stayed home. Sybil knew. And she let my ass go. Why not by myself? I feel amazing right now than I have ever felt in my life. I'm not dangerous. She's just scared because she knows she has to finally pay for what she's taken from me. Can't you two just get along? No, sorry. We're past that point. I want retribution. Even more than that, I want security. As long as she lives, I'm in danger. REESE, I love you. I never wanted to get to this point. Don't try to make up for it now. It's too late. If you wanted a good relationship, you had your chance. You decided to convince me I was dying instead of letting me exist. Enough. REESE cries out in pain. What the hell did you do to my shoulder? You see for the briefest instant something coming out of Wayne's sleeve. Just a flash of pale yellow. Then it's gone, slithering back into Wayne's clothes. I'll handle it. Try to get somewhere safe until then. The two stagger off down the hallway. Quick, grab the tranquilizer and head to the safe room. The small black tape match key secured and organized and head for the safe room. Fuck me, bro. Make your way out of the medical storage room back to the hall where Dr. Kelly disappeared. As you approach Dr. Kelly, he heaves the door open, slowly breaking apart the mass of paint sealing it shut. Hurry, I don't think I can keep it open for long. Slip past her into the safe room. She shuts the door quickly, though one of the little smears manages to slip past her. She stomps on it, painted viscera splattered across the cement floor. Sounds like REESE and your friend are still fighting. We probably have a few minutes before he gets here. What is this room? Old X-ray room, lid walls. After realizing this whole situation was a possibility, I had the door reinforced with special remote-controlled locks. Glad it could finally come in handy. Let's talk REESE. Yeah, I bet you have some questions. Go ahead, I have nothing left to hide. When did you find out? A little after he hit puberty. He had all these usual changes, then a few extra. Thick nails, sharp teeth, elfish ears. I figured he might have some kind of genetic disorder. Had him checked out a few specialists, but there was nothing obviously wrong with him. Then we had an argument, and he changed right in front of me. It was nothing like what he is now, just a couple of inches and some facial abnormalities, enough to be noticeable. I was scared, but he could see that, and he stopped. I thought it was a one-off, or maybe a hallucination. But the second time, it wasn't subtle, and it didn't go away as easy. That's when I knew for sure that this was something beyond my realm of expertise. How did he not know what he was? I've been medicating him since he was 12. There's only been 3 incidents like this, maybe 4, depending on what counts. This is the worst one by far. He doesn't seem to understand that at first that he looks different, and I just make sure to stay on top of his dosages so he rarely ever does. But I've been preparing for this inevitability. He's an adult now. There's only so much I can do to control him. What is he? At first I thought he was some kind of werewolf. But if he is, he doesn't follow any kind of the formal rules or anything. Silver doesn't do shit to him. Have you seen what he looks like? It's just weird. He's a fucking Talipo. Or Talipo. I almost wish I can... Which is why the books... Oh my god. Okay, which is why when we were in the library and we were reading those fucking thingies, she's a Talipo. Theory time. The whole damn town is full of random shit. Reese is a Talipo. Stella is the fucking beauty that turns into a lion in the woods, a mountain lion. I don't remember what the other ones were. Tommy Knockers, I don't know what the Tommy Knockers were, who the Tommy Knockers are. I think that's what I think it is. I'll be fascinated to know what happens to him or how his body does it. But he seems pretty hell-bent on ripping my throat out, so I guess that'll just have to remain a mystery. Was his dad similar? Strange little smile creased into Dr. Kelly's face. Wish I knew. Reese just kind of happened. I wasn't seeing anyone. I just woke up pregnant one day. I know how impossible that sounds. I'm a doctor, for Christ. So she just woke up randomly pregnant, like a whole Jesus surrogate situation. I kept having these weird dreams, almost like sleep paralysis episodes. Romantic sleep paralysis episodes. They're actually kind of sweet, but they're just dreams. But then all of a sudden my period stopped. I got morning sickness, and roughly 9 months later, Reese. Why did you start poisoning him? Ugh. Can we stop calling it poison? Yes, it's poison, but the act of giving him poison was not me poisoning him. I was medicating his illness. It started when he was around 15. I've been giving him increasingly high doses of Klonopin, but his body kept adapting and his symptoms would come back, especially if he ever fought. I couldn't keep ordering all those drugs. It was already suspicious and I could risk losing my license, especially if anyone found out what I was using them for. Someone approached me with a solution. I took it. And I've been dealing with the emotional and mental consequences of that decision ever since. Now, this could be the person that came in with a solution is either Sybil, or Edwardine. That's what I think the person in the solution is. Something's not right. The relationship between you seems so difficult. Yeah, you could say that. He was such a cute kid. When I found out I was pregnant, I was terrified. I didn't know if I'd be ready, but he made me love being a mom. Maybe that's how Edwardine and everybody else, got pregnant. I don't know. It's not like it's going to be sunshine and roses forever. No matter what, kids grow up and they change, sometimes for the worse. This is part of being a mom, too. Doing what you can to make sure the child you brought into the world isn't going to go around eating people. How do you know he's dangerous? Well, he wants to murder me, so that's clue number 1. It's not like he's usually a violent kid. He's mostly just sad. But every now and then, we butt heads, and that's usually when this side of him comes out. Imagine if this happens anytime he gets frustrated with anyone. Imagine he gets road rage one day, turns into a 12-foot tall monster with a million teeth and rips somebody apart in the middle of a major metropolitan area. Yeah, he's dangerous. What you're doing is difficult, but it's necessary. I'm glad you see that. Makes me feel a little less cruel. It hasn't been easy doing all this to him, but I know it's for the best, for him and for everyone else. What's the game plan, both short and long term? Well, I pump him full of elephant tranquilizers, then unlock him in here. Then I somehow convince him to see things from my perspective. Then we all live happily ever after. And if he finds a way out and kills you, I'm not going to let that happen. While we're at it, any other secrets you're keeping? You have it all. You have no idea how relieved I am to finally say all of this shit out loud. Sit in silence and wait for Reese. Just a break glass cut through the silence, then gets a safe room. Shit, this might be game time. Dr. Kelly opens the door. The two of you stare out into the hallway. Is this what you were so afraid of? Hand over the tranquilizer. This is our shot. Oh my god! Before Dr. Kelly could fire, a different shot rings out. Reese's body is thrown into the wall. Shotgun in hand, your cousin rounds the corner and trains her weapon on his writhing body. Tabitha, what are you doing here? Stop it. Let me sedate him. We can deal with this non-lethally. Are you insane? That thing was trying to kill you. Say nothing. Your cousin fires off another round. She pauses to reload. And then she fires again. And then again. You two, help me drag this thing outside. We're burning it. You killed Reese. The three of you stand out around Reese's mangled, still twitching body. You can see the way she's trying to stitch himself back together. The tendrils of flesh meeting and joining, the clicks and pops of bones snapping back together, and the horrific wet sounds of meat resealing along ruined edges. Cousin pours gasoline over his body. Tabitha, we found another bug. Then she lights the match. He screams as he erupts into flames. It's inhuman, the ruin of his face incapable of making any recognizable sound beyond a guttural wail. So, I have a theory. So is Tabitha basically the Van Helsing of all the cryptids? This shit is fucking wild, bro. It seems to last forever, and then it stops. In its absence, only the roaring flames and the sobbing of his mother, staring down the writhing, burning body of what was once her son. Always knew there was something off about that kid. He had a weird smell. Here's our adrenaline. Finally, it all hits you. You did what you had to, but it doesn't make it hurt any less. Cousin, noticing your tears, puts her arms around you and rests her head on her shoulder. Then she steps away. Did you know what he was? No, but the door was still shut, and I got a bad vibe from your call, so I took the gun from my office. I was already armed when I rounded the corridor and saw him. Just did what had to be done. Thanks for calling me instead of trying to handle this on your own. We make a good team. I didn't know you would kill him! Then you didn't have a very good grasp of the situation. He was a rampaging monster. There was no way this was going to end without at least a little bloodshed. It could have. I had it under control. This didn't need to happen. Yet you let it happen. Come on, Joan. You didn't stop me when I lit the match. Deep down, you knew this was for the best. His suffering is over now, Dr. Kelly. This is a good thing. Don't you dare say that to me while my son is burning in front of me. I don't care what he was. He's gone now. You trying to comfort me is just fingering that fresh wound. Don't bother. He wasn't even human. You shouldn't have been broken of some wild animal that had been every intention of killing you. He was human. I did tests. Genetically, he was no different from us. And he's an incredible artist. And he was thoughtful and kind, and most importantly, he was my son. Dr. Kelly falls silent, the flames dancing across a tear-streaked face. I'm sorry, Joan. An acrid smell hangs in the air, the stink of burning flesh stinging your nostrils. But he's gone. There's a one charred pile of ashen bones where his writhing body once lay. Nothing moves. Nothing tries to mend itself. There's nothing left to be mended. I'm going to bed. Not a word of this to anyone, or they'll be held to pay. You don't have to tell me twice. Dr. Kelly starts back down the hill towards the clinic, leaving the two of you next to the smoldering ashes. I'm parked down the hill. Let's get out of here. I need a shower. My hair smells like burning corpse. Follow Tabitha down the hill towards her car. The two of you make your way to the bottom hill where Tabitha's car is parked, among the sleepy houses of Scarlet Hollow's residential street. She places her gun in the trunk and turns to face you. You're alone right now. Is Stella still missing? I tried calling her a couple times, but I kept getting her stupid voicemail. Yeah. Shit, let me think. It's a long shot, but there's a place that might be worth checking out. We're going on a hike. After a bit of a trek, you and Tabitha stop by the edge of a 2-lane road near town limits. Sitting along, staring mournfully at the asphalt, is Stella. You watch her from the underbush. She's alive, thank God. She sounds more exasperated than relieved. How'd you know she'd be here? It's where her parents died. She ran off after we saw a ghost last night. It just made sense that she'd be here. You should go talk to her, Tabitha. She's probably glad to see you. I don't know, we've got baggage. I'll just make things worse. No, you're right. She's been practicing begging for us to be closer than we are. It's time I stopped letting my dead mother dictate who I'm allowed to talk to. Tabitha steps forward, gravel crunch beneath her boots as she walks along the side of the road towards Stella. Stella looks up, a tired smile spread across her face at the sight of your cousin, sitting awkwardly in a slight slope of the roadside. They talk, their voices quiet in still night air. Oh! Fuck me! Fucking hell! Wayne, don't do that! How sweet. You can let them have their moment. I'll walk you home. Help, Wayne! Help, Wayne! You hurry away from the red approaching log, settling nervously next to Stella. Seriously, again? Hey, Ash. Tabitha glanced over your shoulder. Ugh, whatever, we all know he follows Ash around. This isn't the time to fuss over Ash or Wayne or me. It's time to fuss over Stella. What? Oh, that's sweet of you to say, Tabby. I don't need to be the center of attention or anything. It's just old problems coming back to haunt me. This is where your parents died, right? What? Good lord. Good lord. At the edge of everything. Have you been sitting here all day? Yeah, just waiting. Silence falls over the three of you. The wind rustlings and the leaves and the sounds of night, insects carrying on around you, muted in the still night. Nothing happened though. That's probably for the best. Tabby, did I do something wrong after the accident? What? There's whole years of my life that feel like they've just never happened. Like every time I try and remember them, it's blank. I have all these videos sitting on my channel and I don't even remember filming. Scary. Did I do something to push you away? No, all you wanted to do was talk to me. Apparently I wouldn't let you near me. Oh. Oh. That's not true. I was an adult when the accident happened. Doesn't matter what Pearl Ann wanted. I needed to stop hiding under my mother's coat every time I make a bad decision. I pushed you away, Stella, and I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. Tabby, I've missed you. I missed you too. Remain silent. The three of you stare into the quiet night. Oh my god. I think the acid is probably why I got into ghost hunting. I think I just wanted to see them again. I wanted to know whether I even could. I never found anything, so I eventually gave up. Then last night happened, and I ran out here to see if maybe it would happen with them too. Even if it meant seeing the crash again, or seeing them all messed up and dead. I just wanted to see them. It's been a whole day. I don't think they're coming. Do you want to say goodbye? Stella senses silence. Long moment, her breath slow and even. Goodbye. I love you. Don't worry about me. I'm gonna be fine. She's silent again, as if waiting for a response. No response comes, but she smiles, a lively glimmer returning to her sad eyes. I kind of felt better. I don't think I realized how much I kind of trapped myself in my own head. Thank you for breaking me out of it, you two. Stella straightens up, stretching her back. Gretchen wags her tail, tags jingling in the quiet night air. I know that, Stretch. That's the time to go home, Stretch. Thank the Lord I'll be sleeping in my own bed tonight. Thank you for talking sense into this girl. Should probably head back, right? I haven't slept in a day. She doesn't need to hear about tonight. Keep the events that transpire at the clinic yourself, at least for now. Yeah. This is me. Thanks again, you two. Let's go home, Ash. Tabby, wait. Before you go. Stella wraps her cousin in a tight hug. Don't be a stranger, okay? Never again, I promise. You and Tabitha quietly return to the estate, both of you impossibly exhausted by the day's events. I gotta crash. I'll see you tomorrow. She heads to bed without another word. Exhausted beyond belief, you stumble into your room and collapse on the bed. Your eyes sink and you realize that something smells off about the room. It smells rotten. Hello? You jolt awake as the door creaks. Don't look so frightened. I'm just going to say goodnight and give you a word of advice. Tabitha won't be around tomorrow. Too busy at the mines. Forbidden places won't be forbidden without her there to stop you. And you might be surprised at what you find. Until then, sleep well. Wait. Wayne pauses at the door. Yes? Did you know Reese was like that? I knew he was different. How exactly? I wasn't sure, but now I know. I thought you wanted me to stay at the estate. Aren't you going to lecture me? You were free to make your own decisions, and those decisions have been made. I know that something pulls at you, and I know that now you cannot stop until your task is finished. I'll keep you safe while you do what you must. Why are you following me around? Why not Stella, Kanika, or Sybil? Why not Tabitha? Because you're special. Is it because I can talk to animals? But why? Why am I so special? You simply are. Do you not feel the ties that bind us? They are unbreakable. Thank you for looking out for me tonight. Anytime you find yourself in danger, I'll be there for you. I will always be there for you. Okay, good night, Ash. Wait, no, I wasn't done. Wayne leaves your room and closes the door behind him. The damp smell of the mattress is starting to become almost welcoming, a sign that the now daily horrors of the Scarlet Hollow are finally behind you, at least until the sun inevitably rises once again. You close your eyes, your exhausted body succumbing to sleep almost immediately. As you drift off, you think of Reese and the way his mangled but still living body writhed under his funeral pyre. And then you think of nothing. Okay, so that was pretty fucking rough. I have theories. I am scared. Theory 1. Reese was a tallypo. Sybil knew what the fuck was going to happen. That's why Kanika wasn't here. Avery's the only person I can't fully romance yet, but we did get to flirt with them. I think Stella is the beauty of the woods that turns into a bobcat every now and again. And this whole world is just one big cryptid. Oh my god, this is so good. This is such a good game. Poor Reese. I wonder if there's a way to save him. I'm gonna play some individual playthroughs on my own. This was a rough episode. This was a heavy episode. Alright, I'll see you guys at another time. So we'll be playing other games. I have other games for y'all that I think would be really, really cool until we get to episode 5. But thank you for getting on this journey with me. Get the game, Scarlet Hollow. You should play it and tell me how wrong my decisions were. Try and play it yourself and see. Every playthrough is going to be different. Hopefully, if you had made better decisions than me, let me know. Follow me on my socials. I'm gonna go take a nap. But I'll see y'all at another time.